And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to this game in our League of Legends. I believe it's Division B tonight. I am DJ, joined by Mercenary. Mercenary, what are you looking for here tonight?
Well, I already see one thing I'm looking for in this Urgot band, but we have two great teams here. Both of them we've seen on this stream before. Over on the blue side, you're going to have the WMSU Griffins, and over on the red side, you're going to have the Akron Acers. Main thing for the Griffins, though, they do have an Urgot main who, solely on his account, has played 370 games of Urgot. So I was hoping to God that we would get the Urgot band, and there it is, along with a good plethora of others, but looks like first pick for the Griffins is going to be Set, which is definitely an exciting one there.
Yep, Set, very, very common here in that first pick slot. Still very strong across multiple roles. No longer quite the support he once was, but still can be a terrifying top or mid lane, or if you're really feeling it, a few people out there still playing him in the jungle. So very nice, flexible first pick here for the Griffins on that blue one slot, and we'll see what the Acers are going to come back with in these two picks. Oh my, oh wow, they're going to come out with the Draven right away here, Mercenary.
Oh yeah, 900 Slimes has been prepping this one for a long while now. Played 100 games of Draven in recent history and is excited to use that one in the mix. But the Set's most likely going to be in the jungle this time. Been playing a lot recently by Poor Jungler for the Griffins, so that should be a fun one there. It looks like the complement to Draven, oh my goodness, in the bot lane. It's going to be Graves in the jungle. Another great jungler going on right now. Not too well played here by Andrew, but should be a fun one to see roaming around the jungle dealing with this set.
Yeah, Graves should be a pretty solid pick there. Will be able to just scale into this game, particularly if he is against the Set. It's a little hard for Set to get on top of the Graves, particularly if he does take the utility on, oh wow, I'm blanking on the rune right now, on the phase rush, sorry.
There you go.
As we see the Ashe Orianna come through here for the side of Griffins.
That's a really nice combo there, that mid ADC combo. A lot of stuns and a lot of damage coming out from Ashe, and Orianna can land that ulti. And it complements so well with the Set as well. So I'm expecting to see at least one cleanse from the Acers, though we may not see that here tonight. They may be focusing on more aggressive runes. Speaking of aggressive, there's a hover of a Syndra and a pick for the Acers. A great way to deal with an Orianna is just to ignore the ball altogether and just toss all of your force right into Orianna. Syndra will definitely be a good pick into that one.
Yeah, Syndra, Orianna, classic mid lane matchup here between these two sides. Orianna been the better of the late game champions here so far this season, but Syndra should have some good laning presence and will certainly fit the theme that the Acers seem to be drafting for themselves here with this aggressive pick in the Draven and the more scaling AD champion to complement it with that Graves in the jungle there. As we move into round two of bans here, we see the Bard taken away by the Acers. So see what the bans are for the side of Griffins, but you can already kind of see the themes for these two sides team compositions coming out here, Mercenary.
Oh yeah, a lot of damage coming out from the Acers straight up. They are probably going to be looking for more tank picks later on in the form of their support and their top laner here. Probably add a little bit of frontline to that massive amount of range and damage they have for their backside. Meanwhile, Griffins, while they have good combos and landing and whatnot, they'll probably be looking for a more full team fight oriented team. While you can work well, especially with these three characters off the bat, you can work well in any kind of fights for there. We're going to be looking for probably a tanky support, and maybe we'd like to see the Set top instead of the Set jungle, but we may not get that, and we could look for another fighter in the top side. That will be fun for sure. But some more bands coming out here from the Acers. The Bard and the Pike taken away. Funny enough, not two major picks played by Romantica here. They have been played by not recently whatsoever. Meanwhile, Griffins are going to be taking out that Camille top lane that we have seen played before. Done extremely well there on the top side. And the Nautilus as well, a great support to be able to take out of the mix. And it looks like a lot of hook supports are minused out, but we may see a Leona for that Ashe down in the bot side.
Yeah, Leona Draven is a notable bottom lane combination here. The Ornn actually going to be taken for the Acers in round one, give themselves a support counter pick, which I really do like. You want to make that bot lane as strong as possible, get this Draven up on the board as quickly as possible. So I do like the drafting strategy here coming out for the Acers, and I like the team comp as well. You can see Good mix of damage and scaling there on the Graves. Scaling also provided by the Ornn with those ornaments. And it's looking good right now. They still have that support counterpick, but here comes the Malphite for the Griffins.
I like this pick a lot. A little bit of a left field, but definitely a fun one for sure, especially after what we saw in yesterday's games with Malphite in the mid. But this Malphite's going to be fighting that Ornn in the top lane. Should be a great matchup there, though Ornn will still be useful even if he's taken down. Never mind. The hover of the Teemo might insinuate this might be a Malphite support. You could be wrong here, and it looks like we're going to be with a surprising pick of Zyra with the Ashe. Looking at the Griffins team, there's still a team fighting comp, though a little bit of an unusual one. I still like to see it anyways.
Yeah, one day we'll get that Teemo there, Mercenary. One day someone won't just hover it. They will lock it in a la LCK 4 years ago and maybe just win with it. But instead, we've got the classic Ashe Zyra bot lane. This is a huge killing. If you do remember 2016 Rocks Tigers SKT, this was the meta. Ashe Zyra, Caitlyn Bard, or Caitlyn and another sort of CC support would have been down there. But we have the Pantheon in this lane with the Draven. So expect some fireworks down here in this bottom lane, Mercenary.
Oh yeah, definitely. Draven and Pantheon are a fearful duo that Ashe and Zyra are going to play back. Luckily, you do have the Zyra, a lot of blockage there, especially in fighting lanes. I could definitely poke out the Pantheon and deal with Draven as well. Though I'm very interested to see what these comps have in store here. Though with that, we're going to be taking a short spectator's delay before we dive into game one here between the Griffins and the Acers. Spam in the chat below who you want to win this matchup, and we'll see you guys in just a couple minutes here.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, as we are getting into game one of this best of 5 series here tonight between Griffins and Akron Acers. Got Griffins loading in on the blue side, Akron Acers loading in on the red side. And as we take a look around some of the runes and summoner spell choices here, what jumps out to you, Mercenary?
I was a bit surprised actually at poor jungler's choice here of the phase rush. Probably looking for maybe a double smite proc here, or even getting the phase rush simply off of Qs and autos alike. Though I don't know if the second auto attack with the magic damage goes through, as we actually have a 4-man dive here going into the bottom lane.
Yeah, 4 people running into the jungle right now. Griffin's putting a ward down. Good sweeper comes out here from Johnny. On that Malphite, they'll take out the ward placed by the Acers there and just going to walk back out. So now they'll be able to see the early pathing here of the... Oh, and we got a bit of a mistake here, as I believe that heal has been procced by Draven as well there. So a little bit of a fat finger. And we have the the whoopsie daisy emote there from Leona Mercenary.
Oh yeah, he knows what he did. Who knows? Maybe 900 slimes here could count that one up as it's a quick old BM showing them what for. We have this covered, though. Malphite, Johnny's gonna enjoy a little bit of early farm. Though it's one, it's always nice to have a little bit of extra gold. Though is going to suffer due to that sweeper choice. He's not gonna have that much vision, so there could be some solid ganks come out here from Andrew into that top lane. Though a lot of this focus will be down on bot lane. Actually, these two duos are just going to be going at it back and forth. They both play extremely well, and so it's gonna be very fun to see what they have up and coming. I'm just interested, especially because we have the Ignite on the Pantheon. He's going in. That's exactly what he wants. Romantica going for the exhaust, wanting to keep them away and use Ash's advantage to, well, their advantage, which works out in the end. But around the board here, bot lane is definitely a place to focus on, as mid lane's going to be duking it out as per usual. We do get a bit of a stun in mid lane here. And top lane is going to be a little bit of a wet noodle fight up there. Both of them going grass proc, so it's going to be a really tanky fight up there. So nothing's going to happen too amazingly, though. With that sweeper choice, we may see some interesting plays going up there.
Yeah, just keep your eyes rooted to that bot lane, although we do have some good trading coming in here from Maltier in the mid lane. Is out of mana, though, so not going to be able to throw out a Q to try to take that Orianna down. But these are two hyper-aggressive lanes. The Ashe Zyra, a classic kill lane from a couple years ago, still is a kill lane, just not quite as strong or in meta as it was. And that's because you can blow this Zyra up, as we're about to potentially see.
Yeah, Scott's diving in on Romantica. Romantica is able to force out the flash, get out fine, no heals burnt, but an Ignite for a flash trade is one that Scott's going to love. A good gank coming out from Andrew there. Exactly what you want to see. They're not expecting for the level 3, and plus, you are all set up and ready. You have your jungle clear, and you're ready for that Scuttle Crab gun up there as well. We do see a little bit of duels in the top lane. Nothing's going to come out of that with a low mana and health bars on both sides, though.
Yeah, so nothing doing there. Good flash out from the Zyra to actually avoid that death. As we was just mentioning it before that gank. Hold on here. Poor jungler actually going to find Andrew.
Ooh, solid damage there. Has to be forced to flash, though. It is a bit of a messy flash, to mind you. But Maltair is around the corner to help deal with that. Poor jungler. Going to dive out and away. Playing it safe. Taking a lot of Q damage, though, and is going to play it out just fine. And so we look back to bot lane with Romantica healing just up enough.
Yeah, so decent work by poor jungler there. Will get that flash out of the grave. So summoner down for the jungler. You see the flash down for Draven as well. And that heal down from a mistake early in the game is Johnny getting poked out a little bit under turret here as well. So a lot of pressure coming out from multiple angles. Here's S-Stock going in on poor jungler.
Poor jungler's caught out alone here, able to do some damage to 900 slimes, giving that first kill over to Schmed. Good one there, and they're going to keep on the chase on the support, who has to force a flash, but poor jungler's not too scared of that one. Gets up a kill himself. That's a double kill, going right over to the Griffins.
Yeah, absolutely huge here from the Griffins. They get the shutdown, the early shutdown onto this Draven. They also follow up, get the entirety of the bot lane. They don't lose really anything for it. There's actually 3 summoners still available for their bottom lane. So absolutely huge turn of momentum here, and really not what you wanted to see if you are the Akron Acers. That lane that you drafted for yourself that should be dominant already behind in this game.
Oh yeah, backs coming out all around. They're pretty happy with those early kills, and that's going to lead to some early items. 2 long swords going over to Draven here. Might as well, even though you died, get some extra here. But that BF sword for Ashe is going to be hurting down there as a good old trade. And honestly, that's what you want to see more from Poor Jungler. A lot more ganks happening down there, and just keeping that Ashe up ahead, and that Draven won't stand a chance. Just don't let Draven get some extra kills. You will regret it. Speaking of regret, Maltaire is regretting not having enough mana here in the mid lane. He's going pretty low right now. Is not going to flash, but there it comes. Another flash as well. The cute trade there. A solid mid lane trade from both sides. A little bit of a misstep from Extreme Optimism.
Yeah, just super unfortunate there for Extreme. I had him dead to rights, got the auto off. I think he might have flashed just like a half second before his Q cooldown came back up there, because I'm pretty sure he was looking to flash Q there, just didn't get it right. I think Bobby Joe Green's dead here.
Bobby Joe Green's feeling rough, but we do have a TP in the mid lane. Poor Jungler's not feeling too good. Poor Jungler and poor Optimism. Both are going to fall here to the jungle mid combo of Andrew and Maltaire. But meanwhile, in the bot lane, no support means 900 Slimes is going to be feeling the pain.
Yeah, that's just chaos erupting all over the map here, Mercenary. So a trade of kills in the mid lane. Extreme Optimism and Maltaire teleport back in, and just immediately Maltaire, with that slight CS advantage, gets level 6 first, goes in the 2v2. They pick up the kills in mid lane onto Extreme Optimism with that ultimate. In top lane, Johnny ticked over to level 6 and almost killed Bobby Joe Green, but didn't have enough mana to ult, so couldn't follow up, and Bobby Joe Green escaped with a sliver of health. Meanwhile, because of the roam from Estock, he leaves 900 Slimes alone, and 900 Slimes make the classic error there. When you're alone in your bot lane, you just got to let it push under your turret. Steps too far forward, gets caught out by the slows on that Ashe, and the Zyra goes down in the bottom lane alone. So a bunch of chaotic events there, both teams picking up kills for themselves, and because it's so chaotic on either side, Gold staying pretty much even here.
Yeah, but it does look like there's going to be some pressure around this Drake right now. Romantica getting caught out here, but it's going to play it safe next to some extra plans. Drake is low, but the steal is coming out from Andrew here. And speaking of a steal, there is some blood on the map. Optimism diving into the backline here, a little bit unaware of what's going on or where he is. A quick old double kill and a first Drake going over to the side of the Acers.
Yeah, it's a huge misstep here from the side of Griffins. They go onto the Drake there. They don't do a good enough job getting vision around the Drake. So Andrew able to just kind of slide in here on the Graves. Nobody really stops them, as they're all a little low, and they a little afraid to step in there. So he just slides in, steals the Drake. Poor Jungler's incredibly low after tanking the Dragon for so long, goes down instantly, and then with the shockwave, hold on here as we got more action.
Ooh, Romantica with the last bit of tick of plant damage, taking out Escott Schmed's there, but you do have a jungler around the corner. The wards are down, but 900 Slimes is staying up a little too far, and he's going to fall to the arrows from Schmed. But here comes Andrew, maybe able to clean up on these two low characters right now. He has the blind, but he's chasing after the wrong people, getting confused. The double kill going over to Schmed in the bot lane.
What is happening, Mercenary? This game is insane. We're aiming at it. We've got 12 kills, and I can't tell if these are good plays or just complete throws, but it's absolute madness all over the map here. The only place where we don't have any kills is top lane, and we probably should have had one. These teams are just going at it right now, and it seems to be like no amount of coordination calculation. They just want to kill each other, take objectives. It is a real fiesta right now, Mercenary.
Oh yeah, I will attribute 2 of those deaths to miscalculations and bad placement from Optimism in the mid lane. He died twice, getting caught out in the end. But in that bot lane there, Andrew had the right idea, was hoping to go after the low members and tried to dive straight in, but just got confused in the end. Speaking of being confused, Maltaire's getting caught off guard by poor Jungler, getting smashed and dropped there with another ulti on top. A good mid-jungle duo, getting a shutdown for bad Jungler. But meanwhile, looking topside, a little bit more of a fight here. Bobby Joe Green looking super low, is calling in the Oran Horn on top of Johnny, not able to get it. Johnny's able to get the good old kill there, as we do have 2 more kills going over to the Griffins.
And finally, Griffins decide to add some Mr. Clean to this game. We see poor Jungler come in, executes that gank perfectly.
Oh, no.
Great timing on the E, and uses the ult backwards so Extreme Optimism can follow up with the ultimate. Meanwhile, in topside, oh boy.
Yeah, meanwhile in bot lane there goes Romantica falling quickly.
Oh no,
Meanwhile,
cancel.
yeah, speaking of Mr. Clean, Schmed picking up another kill, going unstoppable. Rift was dropped in mid, got a few stacks, but nothing too interesting. But yeah, just a lot of weird placement and movements coming here in the big league.
Yeah, I mean, you see Schned really strong, 5-0-2 with this completed Essence Reaver. They go in, they take out the Zyra, who, of course, is extremely squishy, but they just can't follow up on the Schmed. She's too strong and actually gets a little fortunate to not be shut down. They're canceled an auto as he was about to kill 900 slimes, but able to do so anyway. And did not get to mention, but great work by Johnny in the top lane, solo killing the Ornn there. Perfect timing on the Malphite ultimate to cancel the Ornn secondary part of that ultimate. So we did see a little bit of clean work in the mid and top lanes there from Griffins, and then a little bit more chaos in the bottom lane. But because of all the kills picked up by Schmed, really no way that this bottom lane can contest them. It's a Essence Reaver versus a Vampiric Scepter and a and a pickaxe.
Oh, yeah, it's a really rough one there. That Ashe is super far ahead, already has first item here at only 11 minutes. Is not ahead in farm, though 900 slimes have tried to keep up that one, feeling pretty solid. Was able to get at least one kill, so some Draven stacks are feeling good there. But honestly, you just have to play it really safe. You might have this aggressive support, but you're not going to be going for much. Speaking of much, Johnny feeling pretty confident in this top lane. His ulti just came back up. Bobby Joe Green has no idea what's coming. His Ornn Horn is ready. Meanwhile, in the jungle, poor jungler's gonna flash in and grab Altair, and ulti there is not going to land thanks to another one there. Bit of a more of a miscommunication, but nothing's gonna happen there. And Johnny getting out of a quick old mess in the top side. So there's probably gonna be some more fights coming up here.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that Orianna ult completely missed or if that was an interaction thing with Set's ultimate. It did look like she took a chunk of damage there, but either way, good job flashing out of the Syndra ultimate range there by Optimism. Allows her jungler,
Johnny's looking pretty low, but poor jungler wants some blood. 900 Slimes is not feeling too hot, getting a little too close to getting hit by the outskirts of that W. Escott's got to follow quickly as well. Meanwhile, on the top side, Bobby Joe Green's pushing his advantage. Does have the Ornn, but doesn't notice where he's shooting him. That's 3 kills going over to the Griffins again, as Maltair is going to try to catch out Optimism here. And the jungle is currently surrounded, but poor jungler's diving right back into the fight. He's hungry for some blood. Has 2 members behind him as well. Andrew's going to get out of the way, and the flash is going to get burned by Maltair. Members are safe, and that's most likely an Infernal Drake in the pockets here of Griffins.
I feel like I'm watching an LPL scrim, Mercenary. Like, these teams are just all over the place and throwing out their abilities on cooldown fighting.
Oh my god!
Here we go again!
Yeah, another member falling down here. They are able to trade that mid-to-mid kill swap over, grabbing Maltair in the process. Oh my god, here comes Johnny with a TP in the mist. He's ready for some action. He's going right after Escott here. Members are flashing out of the mix. Johnny's able to get 1 kill in the backside, going straight after Andrew with Schmed, able to get a double kill. Forcing off other members here is going to be Bobby Joe Green, but he's surrounded by 4. They might be low, but they're still deadly. That's another 4 kills going over to the Griffins.
And it just backs up my point of the LPL scrim here. We get the second Drake, this time going down in the favor of Griffins. They managed to finish this one off cleanly. And then it's just more fighting. The Syndra bursts out Optimism. It's immediately followed up by a return kill on the side of Griffins. And right after that, you got the Pantheon ulting and followed up by Johnny's teleport into 4 people. It looks like a pretty int teleport, but with how tanky he already is, 4-0-1 here, able to survive with that passive shield, deals a good amount of damage, and his team comes away with 3 extra kills, and they've got to be feeling really good now. 18-7 in kill score, 5 kills on the jungler, 5 kills on the AD carry, and 4 kills onto the Malphite as well.
Yeah, meanwhile, Johnny's feeling pretty low against Maltair right now. Looking pretty solid, but the solid damage there is going to get a quick old shutdown in the mid lane. We do have a little bit more fights going across the map. Everyone's just kind of spreading out and playing it safe. Though I am happy to see at least some of the Acers are going about what their team comp stands for, and that's just solid picks. Escott can target 1 member, has a large ulti, but is great for just poking out smaller members and picking them out as well. And that's what their team is solid for. You have Bobby Joe Green with a good ulti and a great team fight comp, but really you want at least one of the members here, rather that being Andrew or Escott, diving into the back line, taking out Romantica and Schmed, and even Optimism. Speaking of Optimism, going for a little bit of poke, and Oranhorn's being called. But to finish my statement, you want to go for pokes, and it looks like that's what we're going to try to do here with Romantica. Taking an ulti to the face is not going to feel too good. Meanwhile, Schmed's able to get an arrow down. Two other members diving, and poor junglers diving straight into the mix, getting an E off as well. Schmed is dominating in the backside, able to get a double kill here as poor junglers just going through the wreckage. Taking out Andrew as well. Another member's down. 3-2-1, as we do have 900 Slimes facing off against Johnny. You can't stab a rock here, unfortunately, with Draven, and that is going to be another member down as Escott is going to be trying to go in on top of this Orianna. That's a poor move, my friend. He can still turn around. That's a solid ace going over to the Griffins.
Yeah, and it's an ace for the Griffins in the extended team fight. It's a good roam at first from the side of Acers. They throw out the Ornn ultimate there. Good flash by Schmed. Gets away from the second activation of it. But they take out the Zyra once again very quickly. Maltair is doing a very good amount of damage on this Luden's Echo and Boots combination here. But they've got two members following them, and both of those members very strong. The Orianna on 2 items as well, set with those 5 kills, runs right in. And Schmed, of course, on a full item, and Boots probably has about 2k in the inventory now as well. It might be in a little trouble here.
Schmed's looking pretty low and is going to get shut down here by Escott with the ulti, but Romantica is back on the run. Has an Orianna to run over to just in case. Able to play it safe, though. Nice shutdown over to the side of the Acers, but honestly, at that point, look at the gold difference right now. We're not at 10k, but we're at around, I would say, 6k, as poor junglers may be looking to change that. One tower is down, and ulti there. Solid 3-man ulti in the backline. Not too much for a poor jungler who is not feeling too hot. But Johnny with a 3-man ulti diving in there. These ulti combos are insane. 2 members are down. A triple kill going over here to Johnny, as well as another member going over to Romantica.
Rock and roll, mercenary. Huge ultimate coming out here from Johnny. It looked like a bit of a mistake from the Griffins. They lose their mid lane turret. Trying to defend it, they lose one of their members as well. But Johnny shows up and absolutely hits the perfect ultimate there into 3 members. They take a ton of damage. He just completed his frozen gauntlet, and his team's able to follow up effectively. He gets 3 kills. They wipe the team once again outside of, I believe, 1 member. And now they're pushing down mid lane. They even dropped a Rift Herald here, which should get an extra charge onto this inhibitor turret.
Yeah, no early grab there. Escott's able to get the solid shot. Isn't enough damage? No. Shelly's just going to barely get the charge off to get that solid damage in the mid lane. Honestly, at this point, it does look like the Griffins could just start smacking this team with their wallets, and that's what they've been doing this whole time. 2 items up on Ashe to the none on top of the Draven. But meanwhile, Drake is up, and it's going to be a little bit of a fight. Here we go. You do have the pick currently controlled by the Acers, but here comes Johnny in the backline with the ulti, getting a triple, another triple from another ulti. Poor junglers to pick up 1 kill. Kills going left and right over to the Griffins. Members are running. Maltair is on the run, able to get an ulti off on Johnny, but it's not going to be enough. And Draven's going to fall here to Schmed. Another ace, a 3rd one in the row, and another Drake going over to the Griffins.
It's a wombo combo, mercenary. Malphite ultimate into Orianna ultimate. Both ultimate catch 3 members on the side of Acers. And as you said, they were 9k gold down going into that fight. They're now 10.5k gold down here. And this one looks done and dusted, as after all of the chaotic fighting in the early game, it looks like the Griffins have come out the clear winners. 32 kills. Mercenary to 11 here. We're at 18 minutes, just about to tick over to 19.
Yeah, I mean, just looking across this bar, these members are absolutely fed and insane. Hey, if I knew them better, I'd be asking them to help me with my student loans with the amount of money they have in their pockets. But honestly, I feel like we're repeating on Wednesday here. Speaking of Wednesday, here comes that Malphite that we've seen before. Diving in there, ulti from Extreme Optimism. A quick pickup kill there. Bobby Joe Green's waiting around the corner. What I mean by Wednesday, if you were here yesterday, you would have seen the Malphite bid going absolutely insane. And it almost seems like a repeat here from Johnny, feeling strong as ever, going that tank Malphite with that solid ulti damage, and has a team to back him up as well. But it looks like a lot more fights are going to be around for this Baron. Flash from Bobby Joe Green. They're trying to do some extra procs. 2-man stun is a solid one there, but forcing out the ulti from Johnny. It's going to be landing right into Maltair, who's looking quite alone. It's going to fall quickly to poor jungler. Multiple members going again. Is this going to be another ace? 3 members down, 4 members down. And the Graves was not around to be a part of that one, but it looks like it's going to be a Baron going right over to the Griffins here, unless the Graves has something to say about it.
Yeah, and right on cue, Baron spawning here at 20 minutes. I think Acers recognizing how deep in the hole they really were there. They try to go for that team fight there. I believe it's really just a desperation effort, I think, to try to get something done before this Baron spawns. They flash in on top of really the strongest member of Griffins in this Malphite, hoping to take him down before the fight can really start. But Johnny turns it right around, ults back into their back line, and once again followed up by the Orion ultimate and the Zyra ultimate, and it's just all too much for the side of Acers. And with Baron on 20 minutes and with a already damaged mid lane inhibitor turret, I think we're getting pretty close to a death push here, Mercenary.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's much left that the Acers can do besides reassess and prep for next match. They're looking for a miracle. Their team's a pick comp against an extremely fed team fight comp. They can't go 5-on-5 here. They need to try to get members who are left alone. Lucky for you, there's 2 members left right now. You have a 5-man take out Johnny. That'd be a pretty nice pick. Or you could just send up 1 or 2 members over to Extreme Optimism. That Orianna may be powerful, might have a bounty, but hey, that bounty would feel pretty good with that low health bar as well. Bot lane's going to be dealt with Johnny, who's diving straight in on top of Maltair. He does not stand a chance as Johnny's going godlike here.
Yeah, Johnny knows the limits of his champ, but hold on, we got more action in top lane.
Yeah, Andrew's trying to follow through, but it's not a 1-by-1-by-1. It's all 3 at once. Extreme Optimism able to take 1 here in the end. Towers are going down later on. It's going to take a second kill here. Is this a 1v3 in the top side? It's looking like it. As Optimism's going pretty toe-to-toe with Bobby Joe Green's able to hold it off. Inhib is down. The base is under siege. I don't think they have much standing here in the end. But Optimism, still bloodthirsty, hoping his team won't take it all too quickly here, going after Bobby. Is able to get the godlike kill, going a long, prolonged 3v1, and a more kills going left and right. I don't think there's much left to say. They're just padding their KDAs at this point. Members falling left and right. They're able to trade back 1, but it's only the support. That's not what you want, as Jungler and Schmed are going to end this match 1.
And an absolutely chaotic match here in game number 1. But in the end, as the dust settles, it's Griffins who come out on top of the early game, and they take that lead and absolutely run with it, finishing here almost 20k gold up on their opponents, finishing this game in just 22 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was an extremely just massive match here. 43 kills to 12. That's a lot to offer there in the mix. And just looking at the damage charts right now, you can definitely see it, as you guys may see them in a bit. We do have 18k over to the Ashe, who did an extremely well job on Schmed. Schmed did an amazingly well play, just going around the lanes, being able to pick up kills where they can, and not being focused at all by this Draven or by Escott. They got 1 kill on Ashe, and that's not what you want. Meanwhile, Malphite's going to be taking up second place here. Exactly what we saw yesterday. You can't stop the Rock when they're just like, what, 12-1 here? And it's going to be a rough one there as well. But we do have Syndra stacking up their team here at 3rd place in most damage. Syndra did an amazingly well job at the mid lane, being able to hold out on their own. Did a ton of damage to stronger members here, but unfortunately did not have the rest of the team to be able to back them up.
Yep, not quite enough there to defend, and Syndra always going to be doing a lot of damage in the early game, but really just fell too far behind. Had an early game bot lane pick composition, and once that Draven had too many deaths to his name, and once the dust settled in that early game skirmishing, the gold was just too much in favor of the Griffins. But we'll see if Acers can turn this one around in game number 2. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for that draft.
Looks like we do have a little bit of technical difficulties here. Sorry for the preempt break there in the end. As we are looking around right now, we can talk a little bit about what we're going to see next match, though, as we are trying to set things up here with our teams. Looking across the board, though, a lot of picks you want to see. You're probably going to take that Urgot out for Johnny. With how well that Malphite play was before, I hate to see him on his main. you're probably going to want to take away that Ashe. The Ashe and Caitlyn are extremely strong right now, even if you have 900 on that Draven. Just with the rough plays and the positioning last time, it just didn't work out in the end. So take out the Ashe, take out Urgot and Malphite, and I think you're feeling pretty solid there for at least some early bans. But my main points to bring over to the Acers right now is you really just need to place. You have to go for placements better. A lot of them were just over aggressive plays earlier in the match when you didn't really have much of a chance to hold on. And it was a rough one there in the end.
Yeah, just a little bit too much chaos, I would say. And when that chaos doesn't go in favor of your Draven lane, it's typically not going to be a great game for you there. So just kind of coming out on the wrong end of some of those skirmishes. And once the goal lead was a little bit too much for them, they just ran away from them. They went for one last desperation attempt, but at that point, the Malphite already far too strong for them to really burst him out. So hopefully they can find a way to turn around this one in game number 2, but I don't think there's a whole lot to take, unfortunately, out of that game number 1 strategy-wise.
I do agree as well, but we will see here in just a short bit. Looks like we have things getting ready to set up right now. We're going to take a short delay to finish our prep for game 2. Who's going to take it all? Are Griffith's going to run this one back for a nice stack of a number 4 win? Or will the Acers bring us to game 3 here today? Spam it in the chat, and we will see you guys in just a couple minutes here.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, after that incredibly exciting game number one. An absolutely chaotic match there. Ton of fighting between both teams, and Griffin coming out the victors in that one. We are getting into game number two draft, pick and ban here. We're going to see if Akron Acers can turn it around or if Griffin will take this one home in a clean 2-game sweep. Mercenary, after that absolutely incredible game number one, what are you looking for here in game number two?
Well, before the break, I was talking about a little bit of targeted bans here, and it looks like Akron was listening here. Urgot and Malphite both taken out here. Two extremely tough players, especially that Malphite on the top side. Meanwhile, Griffin feeling really confident with their first game. They're just going to go back with the same bans. Nothing to change there. They had a solid comp, and they had solid plays, though Optimism was a little bit finicky there with a little bit of missteps. But hey, nothing that another game can fix, as we're going to be diving straight into our first pick here. No ADC bans though from Akron. Not too surprised there, as actually Akron Acers are going to be picking up that Camille.
Yeah, first pick on the Camille here. That one's going to be very interesting. Camille, very strong champion, of course, but one that can be counterpicked for sure. And coming out with that one so early in a draft really sets the stage to either be counterpicked and also kind of forces your team comp in a certain direction, considering what a dominant split pusher she can be. But Griffin pretty happy with how game number one went. Going to go right back to that set first pick, and we'll see what they round up the first half part of their draft here with. On R2, looks like they are going to hover something in the next couple of seconds. They are taking their time to try to show us something here.
They're planning out their strategy. They may be going for a top lane counter pick here. That'd be a solid one. Going in Camille, a lot of tough ones, but it looks like they're going to try to run back with the Ashe, and Jin is going to be coming up here to deal with Ashe. Not too surprised about the set pick, though. It went well the first time. An immediate bot lane pick. Jin and Blitzcrank going against Ashe and a Zyra again. The Zyra, I think, is a little bit of a misplay to that one. I would like to see a Leona, but hey, it worked well last time, so we may just see it run back again.
Yeah, it did work well last time. It is still a very volatile set of bottom lanes here. You can see the Jin Blitzcrank, huge kill lane here, trying to get that pull into the Jin third and fourth shot or into the root. And Zyra, a champion that can easily be pulled, although does have a bit of the counterplay with those plants available to her, can throw those up in front of the Blitzcrank hook. But the Ashe should still be fairly strong. Ashe, of course, plays against Blitzcrank a lot, so still the most normal part of these lanes, but two very kill-oriented lanes when you're looking across the bottom lane. So I do expect a lot of action down here again, and we really had a lot of action across the entire map in that game number one, but a lot of it did end up in the favor of Griffin's bottom lane, and ended up going against the bot lane of Akron last game.
Oh yeah, and a lot of mid picks going here. The Syndra and Orianna are out of the picture, what we saw last time. No more Azir or Galio either, but Mr. Bear showing up his face a little bit for the Griffins. Seen a little bit of play from them before. Volibear was a pretty strong one for them earlier on in the game. And Volibear overall is just an amazingly strong character. You'll love to see him when he's played. He can take out towers and he can just completely gank easily. So we may see Set going into the top lane. Though with poor jungler's experience on the last one, it could just be going to be a Volibear top set jungle, as we do have our jungle and our last pick here. Olaf going to be in the jungle, and the Zillion, it's almost like we have Bjergsen here in the mid lane.
Yeah, Zillion coming in here to round out this composition, trying to provide some support to Camille and Olaf, allowing them to go in as hard as they like. You know, we saw the Zillion be super successful in NA. It can be a champion that is very weird to play around, trying to kill champions twice, but not as successful at the World's Championship. So we have seen both the good and the bad of Zillion, and gonna be into a Diana here. Champion that definitely can make Zillion's life very, very hard, especially pre-6.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling a lot more confident on Akron's team this time. They can deal with either that Volibear or that set with the Camille. Solid enough there. Though Diana is going to make Zillion's life a lot tougher. The bot lane's another one to watch around the corner, though with a Blitzcrank, if you can land solid hooks here, it's going to be a rough one for Zyra and Ashe down there. But with that, you see our two teams
spam in the chat who you want to win, as we're going to take a few minute break here before we dive straight into game 2. Stay tuned and we'll see you guys soon.
fans, as we are getting into game 2 here of our best of 3 series between Griffin and Akron Acers. This time around, we've got Griffin loading in onto the red side, Akron Acers loading in onto the blue side. And after that game number 1, in which Griffin just ran away with it after all of the skirmishing in the early game, what are you looking to see here out of these team comps, Mercenary?
Well, I'm not looking for what I'm seeing right now. Full 5-man starts going through. Jin is left alone on the bot side, and both teams are just kind of circumventing themselves here. But I'm excited to see what the Acers have up their sleeve with this fresh comp. We have seen Bobby Joe Green on this Camille before. He did fine enough. Though how they played with last game, if that's any indication of how this game is going to go here, they're going to need to rely a lot on their strategy and planning here and a lot of their just like movements, because last time it did not work well in their favor whatsoever. They kind of went too aggressive and ended up dying left and right, but we do have Andrew with a cleanse here, which will definitely help against this Zyra and Ashe, along with just the entire amount of CC here over on the side of the Griffins. So that will help a little bit, though Zillion looks to be willing to deal with Diana in the mid lane. So I feel like they've prepped up more, and I think we're going to see probably another bloody match, but one that's going to go a lot more evenly for the Acers here.
Ooh. Oh boy, but we got an early invade here now.
Oh yeah.
Johnny and hanging around, or who's going to get it? Looks like poor jungler will take that buff. So Estoc now on the back foot. Level 2 is poor jungler. They're trying to run down Bobby Joe Green here. Gets the second auto. He's burning. Has to flash for the wall. Johnny's going to follow him. Doesn't get the Q down yet. There's a lot of members here. This is going to be a chaotic start. I think Johnny's going down for first blood here. They're not getting on top of Bobby Joe Green. Estoc actually going to pick up another one. This one's on Maltier, sorry. And 2 kills already for the side of Akron. What a start for them in this game, Mercenary.
Definitely, and that's going to be a rough one for the Griffins. They played way too aggressive with that one. Johnny has no sums left, burning that flash. Already wasted TP to get back up to the top lane faster here during this extra start, and where he's going to be fighting a Camille who already has an extra assist, adding a little bit of extra gold in their pockets. But that's a really rough start. You gave the mid laner a kill, a Zillion who's going to be outranging this Diana for most of the match. And you also gave the jungler kill and extra farm now. A lot of extra farm time, especially against poor jungler here. So it's going to be a very rough early start as we are watching Andrew and the 900 Slimes here in the bot side. Andrew Slimes, instead of looking for picks here with his Q, is going to be grabbing some minions instead. But overall here, really rough start, and we want to hope to see them turn it around here as Bobby Joe Green's not looking too hot.
Bobby Joe Green in some trouble here to Johnny. Did sort of get the bad end of that start. It was forced back. Did not use the teleport, but ended up with a bad lane state and Johnny up a level. But we'll teleport back in now. And meanwhile, in the mid lane, got a gank coming in here. Malte flashing away here. Extreme almost going to get back on top of him, but doesn't have that flash from earlier to follow up. So good escape here from Malte and a good gank to get that flash out and also reduce some of the pressure onto Optimism. Malte started the game with that red buff from the second kill. So it was always going to be a tough state for Optimism, but now can get a clean back here as Malte teleports back into the mid lane.
Yeah, TP, but is going to play it safe. But Ascot is looking around the corner here for Schmed and Romantica, and Schmed's going to get caught off guard.
Well, they got the hook down now. Schmed in a little bit of trouble. Heals up, trying to kite away. Good E here from the set. They're actually going to take down Estoc, and now 900 Slimes is in trouble. Flashing in from Jin. It's just enough to get the kill, but he's going to go down as well here to Romantica. 2 kills going over to the side of Griffin for the one on the side of Akron. Decent flash in from the Jin to get something back, and now an all in the top lane as well as Johnny going into Bobby Joe Green, who missed his stun there. Now in some trouble, going to be forced back, and a poor trade for him as well. So all of a sudden looking a little bit better for Griffin. They're shrinking the lead, and now Bobby Joe Green might go into turn here. He's got the shield. Oh, but a great play by Bobby Joe Green. Gets the passive shield and takes down Johnny under the turret. Huge turnaround here from the Camille, and Johnny's put himself in a really rough scenario, now down 0-2.
Oh yeah, definitely. Might be up ahead of farm as we have Maltair getting dove in here by Optimism. It's going to be forced to play back. Has the mana to stay alive, but it won't be good for long. Meanwhile, on the top side, I think all Camille players felt really good after that one, was able to play it around just strong enough. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, poor jungler is looking around as we do have a hook in the bot lane here.
Yeah, Andrew not really in position to follow up there. Also missed the deadly flourish.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Extreme Optimism going a little too strongly in there. I don't know if they were hoping for their jungler to pop around the wall, even though poor jungler left the mix, but dove too deep and ended up getting taken down by the tower. That's a feels bad moment. And it's a rough one there, but it looks like it's coming back with a vengeance as Extreme Optimism really wants to feel better. Down 1 to a 2-0 lane. There's already 2 stacks on a Darksteel here on top of a Zillion. This is a really rough start for the Griffins right now.
Yeah, it really is, and we're seeing some uncharacteristic errors from them as well, making it a little bit worse as Diana's still level 4, just ticked over to 5, to the Zillion 6, and that's really, you want this Diana to have some pressure on the Zillion before that revive comes out, as more trading in the top lane here from Johnny and Bobby Joe Green. Johnny's still in this one as he has a lot more farm than the Camille, despite being down 0-2, so still very relevant in that top side, but it looks like a little bit of pressure in mid lane here from Optimism will allow this Drake to be started up, although the jungler are not around here. They are going to pull it out for jungler. They will be spotted on this ward by S-Stock. Now kiting away from the Ocean Dragon, keeps slowing them. They decide not to do this one as they've lost their window here. Again, Multi is level 6, so very rough for them to try to take a fight. And now the bot lane has roamed up from the side of Akron, hovering around this Drake. In the long way is the Ashe. They see the jungler on vision here. No 6s in for either of any of these members. Only on the Zillion, who's starting to roam down now. We can see, looks like a fight here. Flash in, double root from poor jungler on that E, trying to get this out, but doesn't have the ultimate. S-Stock flashes away from the set W there. Takes a bunch of damage, though, and that might be enough to trigger an attempt at this Drake here.
Yeah, I was impressed they were still going for a fight, and it looks like they might be still going for one, especially in the top lane here, as there's a quick trade going on.
Yeah, Johnny going in now, very, very low, but healing back up with that W. Bobby Joe Green in a little trouble, and he'll go down to the solo kill. Now in the bottom lane, Extreme is ticked over to level 6. Will use that ultimate to take down the Blitzcrank. And here is Griffin starting to turn around this poor start to the game, although poor jungler in a little bit of trouble, has to smite for HP, barely survives with that Zillion bomb, but now Zillion all alone, really has no teammates and no mana to back him up. He's probably going to be forced to use the ultimate here at some point, but may not have anyone to follow up and keep him alive. He may not even be able to pop it, and he just goes down. Mercenary, he didn't have any mana. What is he doing?
I don't know. That was a really big misstep, and this is honestly just a big game of missteps. A lot of just not even outplaying, honestly, here. It's just the enemy team is making a really rough mistake, and you just capitalize on it 100%. Maltair just did not have to be there. Ooh, I was about to say the same for Schmed, but luckily that nice little sidestep kept him alive. Extreme Optimism is going to take this in stride, has up 2 kills, caught up in farm, and now has extra stacks to their name. I mean, hey, they even have a Darksteel to copy, and that one has 4 stacks to that nil in the mid lane, so it looks like ties are starting to shift here as gold difference is slowly shifting back over to the Griffins.
Yeah, the mid lane gold differential is going to be completely erased. The Diana actually ahead in gold now over the Zillion despite the start. Same for the Volibear in the top lane, and it's almost like that start to the game has been completely erased here, and it shows in the gold graph for the teams, although we have a support roam up to the top lane here. Johnny gets knocked up, but minions in the way of the potential grab here. That one will get pulled away, and Bobby Joe Green takes a turret shot for free as the Drake goes down in bottom side for this roam. They're going to try to put some pressure here onto Johnny, but looks like he has survived the brunt of it, slowing him down, trying to get this dive in, but already on top of 900 slimes. He has the ultimate available to him still. Zillion ults out, but he takes down Bobby Joe Green already. One is down to the turn, and resurrecting now is the Blitzcrank. They will manage to take him down thanks to that Zillion ult, but here comes Optimism, taking down the Blitzcrank, failed flash here from Altier, and I think they'll go down as well. There's no ultimate on the Zillion. This is a double kill for Diana, and it's falling apart here for Akron Acers.
Oh, you hear my cries of plead as Molitaire flashes into a wall. You can't hop that chunk of mass there, buddy, and unfortunately he will end up falling, giving this already pretty well fed Diana an extra double kill in the midst. Meanwhile, on the top side, good job to Johnny. Johnny to survive that one there. Was not confident dealing with that 3v3, but 3v1, but was able to hold it out as there's a little bit of pressure here in the jungle. Burnt early W is not looking good as here comes Bobby Joe Green.
Yeah, and finally a good play here from the side of Akron, actually, as they jump in on top with the help of Bobby Joe Green, pick up that kill on poor jungler. Bot lane has switched up the top side here. They're not going to have to wait. And it looks like they were trying to get some pressure around that Rift Herald by taking that Skull Crab, but now going to have to wait for poor jungler to respawn. He is now back up. He's going to run straight towards that Rift Herald as Diana taking her back in mid lane to itemize appropriately for a potential Rift fight. So keep your eyes on the top side of the map here. Although Jin has actually been left in the bottom lane. Bobby Joe Green rooted up here. Romantica continuing to put some autos into Bobby Joe Green. Could potentially turn around, but knows the Ashes there. Has to flash away from the arrow. Will escape that one. And now here comes Estock. A little bit of trouble for the bot lane. Zyrold coming out here. Heal out. Here comes the E-stun onto Schmed. Good timing there to avoid the rest of the damage and dodges out of the axe. Looks like Romantica's now in a little trouble. Great stuff. Sidestepping the Blitzcrank hook there. And in the meantime, Johnny solo killing the Jin in the bottom lane. So Johnny now starting to run away. 70 CS and 3 kills to his name. And he can continue to pressure here. In the bottom side, his teleport is still up, Mercenary.
Oh yeah, and that's definitely a good one, as it looks like the members of the Acers are looking for that Rift Herald instead, and they're going to start that one up. Meanwhile, Extreme Optimism knows where her enemies are and is going to back up here on the Diana, but is not ready for the hook. It's coming. There it is! Oh no, that's probably going to be the death of a Diana here, unless Romantica can do something.
Yeah, just enough damage there coming in from the Zillion. Wasn't sure if that bomb initially connected. Here's a teleport in to try to dissuade the side of Griffin from following up, and it will. So good work by Bobby Joe Green there to get the rest of his members out, as Jin's still in a lot of trouble here. Already had the cleanse and now has a minion wave under his turret. He's going to get rooted up here by Johnny and just taken down again. So they have completely abandoned Andrew here to die in the bottom lane in the hopes of getting pressure somewhere else, and that will come in the form of this Rift Herald.
And that's going to be a rough one as well. Like, you have that great engage, though. It looks like Schmed's able to get the extra shot. And while Shelly's here focused on minions, that's a waste of a Rift. Great job by the side of the Griffins, though. I can't really give a ton of credit to them on that one there, as I do think Shelly's AI kind of messed that one up in the end. But meanwhile, on the bot side, they really just kind of have condemned their ADC down here to die. I think they're putting more hope into Bobby Joe Green at this point in time. It's just, you can't really be a lone Jin against a Volibear here. Just the amount of tankiness and able to shut down turrets instantly is going to be a rough one. And that 1-3 says that may be up in farm right now, but it's an Ashe who is going to be feeling pretty solid and is going to be able to farm extremely easily. In fact, they're not even bringing Ashe back down here just quite yet, and they're actually going to have the Diana be winning around the corner. Meanwhile, looking across the board, we do have a lot of focus on this top side here, as we do have Johnny winning around the corner, maybe looking for something here as he's going to start charging in. Good spacing!
That's brilliant from Johnny. Predicts the Camille E with the E there. Now chasing with the Q. Has a couple of W's down. Gets the second Q into Bobby Joe Green. Predicts the escape once again. That is absolutely brilliant play from Johnny in the top lane on the solo kill. Brilliant stuff here as bottom lane in some trouble now. 900 Slimes in some trouble. Tries to get the hook back out. Will not connect. And Extreme will take him down with the Q. In goes Estock with the flash. Axe will connect. Extreme's trying to help his jungler get out here. Set putting an auto in. Will just have... Oh, it just goes down to the axe now. Extreme has the Conqueror proc, going to turn it around on Estock with the help of Romantica. Here is Maltier, misses with both of the bombs. Now it has to get back out. Extreme looking to go back in here. Not sure if the Conqueror has fallen off. Might have. Gets rooted up by the Jin W. Going back in. Resurrected here by Maltier. Now coming back up, we'll get that 4-shot out. We'll take one down, but Schmidt is here. We'll take down Maltier, and the Jin will fall as well to Johnny teleporting in. And what started on the top side for Johnny ends with him on the bottom side, and it should turn into another dragon here for the side of Griffin.
Oh yeah, Griffins are just playing this masterfully. Johnny, we have no stats on you besides Urgot. Where have you been hiding these godlike Volibear plays from us? We want to see those numbers, man.
Dead.
Oh no, Camille's gonna be caught out here. A little bit of a try to save here from 900 Slimes, though Bobby Joe Green will not stand a chance. Though getting a good chunk of damage in the end. Griffins are absolutely tearing it up here as they're gonna continue the fight onto Escott and maybe 900 Slimes here.
Oh, and this is an absolute disaster if Estok goes down, and he will under the turret, and now 900 Slimes may be in trouble as well. The turret is not off, but it does not matter. Johnny will take out the turret as well, so he will not fall. And this Volibear is an absolute beast here in this game, Mercenary. They can't take him down. They can't deal with him. They're still going to lose this dragon. And now they are down 3k gold at 15 minutes while they lose their mid lane tier 1 turret as well.
Oh yeah, and they have just been being thrown left and right. It was a solid enough early time, but I can honestly chalk that one up to just misplays, as Griffins have suddenly turned the switch, turned that dial, and decided to come back into this fight here, going stronger than ever. Johnny has been dominant on these just strong, tanky top laners. But going through here, but meanwhile, Extreme Optimism's gonna get caught off guard here in the jungle.
Yeah, here's Optimism. Pops the ult to try to stay alive. Will get... Oh, great flash over the wall. Avoids one of the Jin shots. Pops out of the ultimate, too. So excellent footwork there from Optimism after being caught out, using that ultimate to buy time, and then flashing, using the Proto Belt to get out of range of the Jin ult. And Wilt stay alive here as his team comes to help try to clear this mid wave away.
Yeah, but they're not going to get it faster than Johnny up there, who's already on a low tower alone without anyone to deal with. You have Blitzcrank waiting over the wall for a possible hook, but honestly, it's a really rough fight. It's still a fighting chance. The goal difference is not nearly as much as it was last game. Mind you, at 16 minutes, there was nearly a 10k gold difference.
Oh, Johnny,
right now, oh, no. Johnny, better start running. You got 3 members up to you. Let's see how he can handle this one.
Johnny going into Bobby Joe Green, gets rooted up here, gonna pop the ultimate, getting the extra stats. Bobby Joe Green still running away as Johnny has to turn around, met by 4 members of the opposite team, and I think he will just finally go down, gets the last shield, trying to take out the Blitzcrank, but cannot do it. Falls to the Jin 4-shot, and finally an overstep from Johnny, but it takes the entire team to take him down, with the exception of Zillion, who's probably just going to fall here to the rest of Griffins. So they will be able to keep pressure up in the mid lane in spite of Johnny finally going down.
Yeah, I mean, it was a worthwhile effort getting that solid pick. You got a lot of gold out of that one. But meanwhile, you have a Diana alone in the bot lane who's probably going to be able to get that turret down there. Meanwhile, you have other members focusing on this mid tower. Meal's back up on the top side as you do have what looks to be Escott diving in here. Tower is gone and the fight continues as poor jungler is going to fall.
Escott already taken down one. Poor jungler has fallen. Romanska going low as well. Tries to turn this one around. Baiting, actually. Awaiting Extreme Optimism, who dashes back in. Great flash from Jin to get away from this one. Loses out to the Q there. Escott trying to stay alive, but will not, as Schmed's going to take him down. 900 Slimes extremely low here. Meltier has teleported in. Going to miss with both of the bombs, though. And that will end the chase here. Teleport actually following up. Great route over at the beginning from Bobby Joe Green. Hook just going to go wide of Schmed as he's trying to be slowed here by Meltier and will successfully do so. Bobby Joe Green's already taken down. I'm sorry. I think Romanska got away, but they'll take down Schmed, who's forced to turn around there by Maltier. So finally going to take down that 80 carry for the side of Griffin.
And you knew there was 4 other members around the corner. Same with you, Johnny. I know you're strong, but calm down. You have a little bit of extra help, though, as this mid tower is going to go down. But poor jungler is going to try to catch him off guard. Now it's Bobby Joe Green left in the miss, as we do have Johnny going right for this mid tower and looking for Andrew instead. Going to be caught out alone. Did not learn from last time. And they're going to teach that old man a lesson again, as Bobby Joe Green is going to almost get away here. Looking like it. Super low right now.
One more Q will do it. Oh, not enough range. I don't know what the E cooldown is. He's got it up. It's up now. He should be able to get away here. Oh, he missed it.
Oh no, but meanwhile in the jungle. Oh, there it goes. Chase, man.
We're going back to game 1.
What a chase from Bobby Joe Green, able to keep that one up long enough, forcing away Extreme Optimism. Was unfortunately not able to help Maltair as Maltair's ulti was being forced out, and this one was likely to be a rift going over here, but does not look like the other members of the Acers are going to be going out without a fight on this one. Though I may be incorrect on that one. No one's really fighting for it now. Except for 900 Slimes. There goes another Rift Child going right over to Set. And there goes probably 900 Slimes.
Uh-oh. Goodbye, 900 Slimes. Pop your shield, throw your last hook, and down. Oh, Andrew trying to cleanse out of this one. He's very low. And will go down to the ash as well. Now, Estoc trying to get in on this one. Great stopwatch from Extreme Optimism, but will walk right into a bomb here. As this may be a chance. Bobby Joe Green taking out Schmed. Estoc takes down Optimism, and that's a sweep here for the side of Akron. Griffin's overstepping, and we are getting right back into the chaos of game number 1. Mercenaries Johnny still fighting against the entire team here. Bobby Joe Green already going low, has a passive shield up. Ultimate coming out from Johnny now. Goes back into Bobby Joe Green going super low. Second E coming in will get the shield, being resurrected by Maltier. No more ultimate for the Zillion, but they have enough, and they will ace Griffins here.
Akron Acers are feeling pretty good after these couple fights. They even got an ace to their name, finally. Cloudrick's going to be coming up shortly, though you only have one member set up and ready, as the other members are still feeling pretty butthurt and pretty low right now. But overall, it's again a lot of misplays. Johnny going too far deep into the mix. It was a great job from Mascot coming through the side, but did not have to waste 2 members' lives to get a full ace in that one, unfortunately. If they all just showed up at the same time, it would have worked in the end, but people were a little bit bloodthirsty. But Johnny, my friend, you did amazing match 1, except you're not looking too hot match 2, as you keep going against the entire team, and instead of just trying to run away and escape, you go back in for the fight, hoping for something and getting nothing, as the Drake is going to be close here, but it's going to be taken over by the Griffins.
Yep, Optimism happy to take the Jin shots here as they take down this 3rd Drake. So despite winning out with that ace, Akron not able to rotate quickly enough to this dragon. Griffin will show up and fend it off successfully. They are now on Soul Point, still leading by just about 1,000 gold, but that lead has definitely been cut into in the last 3 minutes here. Baron is now the main objective on the map. Another 5 minutes before that Soul Drake spawns, as Riftchild is going to be summoned in the top side for this singular charge into the tier 2 turret.
Yeah, I mean, something able to get some solid damage, but it's probably going to get taken down here by 900 Slimes.
Ooh,
meanwhile, down here on the side.
What are they doing? There's a Zillion ult.
I don't know.
Estoc right on top of Schmed. He's going to go down immediately. On top of the Jin now is poor Jungler trying to take him down, but is getting absolutely CC'd everywhere. And that's 3 kills over to the side of Akron. What are you going for there, Griffin? It's a Zillion.
Yeah, it's a really rough one there. And instead, they're going to be looking for that Baron in the end, as Akron is feeling pretty solid after that last one. Though you do have Johnny left alone in the top side. A quick back from Extreme Optimism will burn it around here. It's 3 members, and we have a TP coming up from behind here. Honestly, this Baron stop might be stopped here by all the members of Griffins. Let's see what happens.
Oh boy, slow coming out here from Maltier. Good route by the Jin as well, but they're on top of Estoc, who's already about half health. Going into the Diana, gets a double ultimate here. Going a little bit low. They've taken down Estoc, so no more jungler. Johnny now going back in on Maltier. No ultimate on him. He goes down to the Diana. Great stopwatch out as the Blitzcrank tries to get on top of her, but doesn't have enough. Bobby Joe Green will show up, probably take out Optimism. Let's see if the Jin will survive. I think he will. Johnny incredibly low here in the top lane, now forced to run away, but they have successfully stopped the Baron from the side of Akron. It just seems like Akron can't get a macro win, even when they win these big fights, Mercenary.
Akron cannot get a win here today. They've been getting a lot of great fights and even turned back the gold difference, but this Baron's going to be started once again, though members are looking pretty all right, though timers are looking pretty low on the side of the Acers. This might be a push once again to try to stop this one. But honestly, Griffins still hold this overall. They have one more Drake till Cloud Drake as Bobby Joe Green's get dived back in.
We're already in some trouble. Popping the shield, gets ultimate. Oh, ult's back and takes down Bobby Joe Green, but now has a bomb on top of his head. Will probably go down to this one. He will. Maltier now running with Schmed. He's in trouble. 900 Slimes right on top of him. Maltier doing a little dance to try and avoid any Ash Arrow. Meanwhile, Andrew takes down Romantica. Hook will land on the Schmidt. He will go down to the Jin 4-shot. And now it looks like Johnny will suffer the same fate as his teammates. So much CC around him. Jin with the 4-shot up here. Slowed by the Axe. Will get that 4-shot off. It's a triple kill over to Andrew. And now a pull onto Optimism. He's in trouble now, surrounded by 4 members. Trying to dash out. Will get that dash and the Proto Belt. I think he will just survive. But oh my word, Mercenary. These games are so chaotic. We're on 3 dragons, but the goal is completely even. We've had 2 Baron dances now, and there's 27 kills apiece.
I'm starting to think back to what you said about LPL. Is the team starting to back off the Baron? Stop focusing on it. Get vision and leave. You have members that are low, and the timers are still way too low at 25 minutes. This is probably going to be another trade kill again as we have multiple members back up. Extreme Optimism is still alive and ready. 4 members diving in here. It's going to be another fight for Baron.
Here we go again. Poor jungler flashing in. Gets 2 members with the E. Arrow landing on top of the Zillion. 1 down already is S-Stock Zillion. Going to resurrect himself. Bobby Joe Green jumping in. We're going to stopwatch on 1. Schmed going down here as well. Good Jin shot will take him down as well. Maltier still trying to run out on the backside of the fight, but Jin starting to dominate this game. Andrew has 12 kills to his name now, all of a sudden, despite being abandoned by his team in the early game. And now on top of Optimism, Optimism will take down 900 Slimes. Gonna stopwatch here, but will fall to the Zillion bombs. This is absolute madness, but the winner in all of this has to be Andrew on this Jin. He went from 1-4 to 12-5-5 and is now the most valuable member gold-wise in this entire game.
I'm thinking back to what you said about the LPL match, and I swear to God, I feel like we're in a different region right now. These are absolutely insane fights, back and forth for Baron. No members are too solid enough to take this one now, but...
And I think we may have lost Mercenary there for a second, but we do have some more fighting potentially coming out.
Am I back? I think I'm
You're
back.
back.
I'm back. Okay, cutouts. I think my frustration with all these fights happening consistently are coming back to bite me. As members are looking for this Drake now here, let's only pray they take this one smart, as it looks like it could be a trade here. Though the members of the Acers have this Drake covered, and I think they may get this one, though it's going to be contested for.
Yeah, a little bit of contest, but it's already going very low. Griffin trying to get in here, but just ulted by Camille. Will not be able to steal that one away. Johnny going in here. Great Zyroll doing a ton of damage, actually. 2 members already down, 1 in the resurrection. Bobby Joe Green coming back out with full health, but Maltier doesn't have a resurrect anymore. Joe Green goes down, and now it's just Maltier. It's a triple kill for the Diana. She's probably going to pick up the quad in the extended final, though. Now it looks like Maltier will be able to get out here. They will just have to be happy with the triple kill, evening up the kill score for Griffins here. The Baron is up. We've seen these teams dance around it before. It doesn't look like they're headed up in that direction. Instead, they will just take this time to push the lanes out, though they do lose out on that potential Soul Drake. Next one will be spawning in 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
And honestly, it's for the best. With how many crazy fights happening around that Baron, you're going to have to wait at least a little bit later, especially with the cooldown timers right now. Though it does look like they're going to be trying to get some ideas and some vision here. They're going to be taking some camps and getting some ward placements. But honestly, both teams have a solid chance of winning this. The gold difference has evened out here for the Acers, and they've been making so many solid plays that they could make this one in the end. But meanwhile, for the Griffins, they still have that Drake in their pocket. They have 6 towers, and they have been playing well. It's just they've been honestly just overconfident. They've been way too cocky here. They have Optimism now, who is their crutch right now. Been able to get a lot of kills, especially after that triple kill earlier. And I have no idea what to expect upcoming the matches. It's just, I beg both teams, play it smart. Don't let a 3-man back and back for Baron happen once again.
Baron is going to be the focus of both these teams at the moment. You can see vision being cleared out by both sides. It's the only significant objective up on the map for the next 3 minutes before that Soul Drake spawns. If we look across the state of the game, Johnny sitting here at level 15, matched only by Maltier in the middling there for the opposite side. A lot of members still under leveled because of all of the deaths we've had in this game. 32 once again in just under 30 minutes here for both sides. So a total of 64 kills in 30 minutes here as S-Stock going to smite that one away. We'll take over to level 14 now. As we look at the gold and the itemization, Ash still working on that 3rd item. Jin has his 3 items completed plus the BF sword, but 3 items completed for Diana, who's currently working on that death cap. It's now completed death cap, so 4 completed items for this Diana, and that may be a huge spike for her coming up for this Baron fight.
Definitely, as we do have items ready and levels all set. We do have a little bit of bounty on the board, and honestly, this next fight's looking for it, as we do have members of the Acers looking around the pit right now. They're a bit nervous and cautious as so. They don't see that ward right in front of them, unfortunately, so the rest of the Griffins can see exactly what they're doing here. But honestly, it looks like another fight's going to break out here shortly for this Baron, and this one may decide the fate of the game, as it looks like the pressure's going to be going in here from 900 Slimes.
Ooh, Hook flashed away there from, sorry, Hook flashed away from by Schmed. You can see actually Bobby Joe Green hanging out near Schmed here on the side. They don't have vision of him yet. He's going in here onto Schmed, caught out alone. Ults onto the AD carry, bursts him out. Schmed still surviving here with the auto attack. He stays alive! Schmed is still alive somehow, and the team fight is erupting. S-Stock already half health. In goes Johnny. Johnny ultimate out from poor Jungler onto this Jhin, trying to run him down. S-Stock has gone down. Zillion ult onto the Jhin now. Poor Jungler gonna fall here probably. Actually, he's gonna kite it out. Very well done there. Johnny still engaging with 900 Slimes, who's running away at the back of the fight. 2 members incredibly low here. Extreme Optimism trying to run to the Jhin. She will do so. It's a 1,000 gold shutdown for Optimism. 900 Slimes is still running away. But I think they're just going to go straight to the Baron, and he needs to be careful about where he's backing here.
Oh, good job to the Griffins. That's what we've been waiting for. Just some smart plays. Though that early start of the fight was a bit rough one, Schmed was able to keep themselves alive and keep this one going with a lot of self-healing there from the Ash. But it looks like Baron's going to
go... Baron.
Oh no,
here's Green goes in. Bobby, what are you doing?
No, Bobby! It's gonna fall to poor Jungler here, and Maltair looking for something, and it looks like they're just trying their best. They're trying to catch members out here. Just back off, rotate to that Drake that's coming up here in just about 30 seconds. It's a crazy fight, and members are just tearing back the win back and forth, but honestly, now it's in the firm grasp of the Griffins. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to get this Drake here, because it does look like the members of the Acers are waiting around.
Good Zyra route there actually keeps Blitzcrank off. That Scuttlebug just went down also, so very fortunate there for poor Jungler. And one big thing on that mistake from Bobby Joe Green going in late there is he's not going to be up for the spawn of this Drake. It's already up here. He's got 2 seconds left, but it looks like his team is holding out just long enough. They've actually started it up now. It's a 4v5 here. The Drake's already down, but here comes the fight. Johnny going in. S-Stock already unstoppable, resurrecting his Malte. He will certainly die here as the sacrifice for the rest of his team, but that is a worthwhile sacrifice to stop that soul from going down. But now with a member down and Baron buff up, Griffins can try to push into the base and make this one unwinnable for the side of Akron. They are a team that is a little bit dependent on their split push here, as poor Jungler flashing in over the wall here with that Hex Flash, but not going to go in. They're just trying to get pressure onto this turret. It will fall, moving on to the inhibitor. In goes Optimism, flashed away by Andrew. Will get the double ultimate there. 1 member already down, 2 go down, 3 go down. Extreme Optimism has taken over the game here, and that might just do it here for the side of Griffins.
Yeah, there's no more members left. You do have Maltair coming up in 5, but I do not hope for too much there. Or it looks like Romantica is waiting around the corner for that one. He's able to get the root and the ulti off as well. 2 towers are down, and it's been a long and terrible and tough crawl here, as it looks like the Griffins are finally going to take this one in a 2-0.
And Griffins will do it despite all of the chaos. 41 kills for them, 32 kills for the opposition in a 33-minute game. But Griffins, give them credit for overcoming that horrifying level 1 where they lost 2 members, were down so far in the lanes, managed to claw their way back, win those early game team fights, control the early game dragons, and at the end of the day, after all of that mid-game skirmishing, they once again come out the victors as the dust settles. And as we look across the damage charts, Extreme Optimism, the big carry in this game, 42,000 damage on this Diana. I think he's finishing with around 16, 17 kills, double check here, finishing with that 16, 6, and 10, and really helping his team to get to this 2-0 win over the side of Akron. Mercenary, what did you see in that last game there?
It was just a tough crawl between both teams. You cannot deny what Akron did here today. They made an extremely rough second round match here for the side of the Griffins. They did extremely well, and props, honestly, over to the side of Andrew. He did amazingly well, standing out on top of his team with most damage, and was able to claw his way back to relevance here in this matchup, though what cannot be said for his support, who did amazingly well with some solid hooks, but ended up going 0-8 there in the mix, which is a bit of a rough one in the end. But across the board, looking at the damage charts, you do have Optimus on top of the board there, but you do have Johnny, who did well the first game. I don't know what to say about the second game. It looks like he slapped himself a few times, looked at himself and said in the mirror and said, hey, time to focus up and go for this match. He brought it back in the end, and they were able to take this victory, which is going to end up being another one over to the side of the Griffins. But with that, we're going to call it for the night and call it for the week here over at GG Leagues. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you to our sponsors here of Sector 6 and HyperX, bringing us these absolutely chaotic and wonderful matches and being able to stream and cast them over to you guys. Thank you to both of our sponsors there. And once again, if you want to know what's going to be happening next week, any special events we may have coming up on this weekend, can't say hush hush. Make sure you go to any of our social media down in the tags below, or make sure you check out at GG Leagues at any of your social media platforms to possibly find us there. And if you want to sign up for the next split here, the summer split is all set up and ready. If you want to find a team in your area, make sure you go to ggleagues.com, see if you can find a team in your area and sign up so I can scream your name at the top of my lungs. But if you can't find a team there, talk to any of us on our Discord. We'd be happy to help you set up a team in your area for the upcoming split. Once again, GG to both teams, GG to both of our sponsors, and GG to you guys for tuning in for this wonderful match here. We're going to call it a night. Stay safe out there and have a great one.